Something strange is going on in the Bay. And it's not just your typical off-season rumors. Kevon Looney, one of the longest tenured Warriors and a 3-time NBA champion, has broken his silence. And what he had to say is sending shockwaves through Dub Nation. In a new interview that's making the rounds fast, Looney didn't hold back. He voiced his frustrations with how head coach Steve Kerr managed the team during the playoffs, specifically when it came to his own role. And when a veteran who's been through the battle starts publicly questioning the decisions from the bench, you know it's not just a minor disagreement. This has deeper layers. Looney pointed directly to the decision to limit his minutes and elevate Quinton Post late in the season. Now, for those who haven't followed closely, Post came out of nowhere and was suddenly getting major run down the stretch. He had that unique combination the Warriors were desperate for. A big who could stretch the floor with his shooting. Post was hitting his threes, and in a team that lacked spacing from the center position, that was a golden ticket. But the cost of that rise seemed to be Looney's place in the rotation, and he's not hiding the fact that it stung. In the interview, Looney said, "Quinton Post is my guy, but it felt like it was anyone but me." That line says it all. He's not taking shots at Post directly, but it's clear he felt marginalized, like he was being phased out. He even went as far as to say he didn't feel trusted anymore. "I thought y'all would trust me," he said, referencing how Kerr waited until the very end of Game 7 against Houston to put him in. When a guy who's been a reliable, gritty performer starts feeling like the odd man out, there's a problem. He was especially bitter about how little opportunity he got in that playoff series. In Game 6, he played just 2 minutes. That's not a typo, 2 minutes. In Game 7, he got a bump to 11 minutes and grabbed 4 rebounds. But by then, the damage was done. For a player who made his name by owning the boards, setting rock-solid screens, and being the kind of role player that championship teams are built on, it was clear the writing was on the wall. Now, let's not ignore the context. Looney is only 29, but with the mileage he's got, multiple deep playoff runs, playing through injuries, and years of back and hip issues, he's not the same player he was even 3 seasons ago. His mobility isn't what it used to be. He's not the switch-everything defender that he once was, and his ability to anchor the second unit defensively has taken a hit. So from a strictly strategic standpoint, Kerr probably saw more upside in Post, but Looney sees it differently. For him, it was about loyalty, about trust, about knowing his role and not even getting the chance to perform it, and you have to wonder, how much of this frustration comes from the fact that the Warriors didn't even try to bring him back? Earlier this offseason, Looney hinted that the team either didn't offer him a deal at all or that what they offered wasn't serious. The Pelicans swooped in and gave him a contract the Warriors weren't willing to match. And just like that, a decade-long run with Golden State came to a quiet, somewhat bitter end. Looney also wrote an emotional piece saying goodbye to the Bay Area. It tugged at fans' heartstrings, especially those who remember all the battles he fought through in a Warriors uniform. The man played with a broken collarbone in the finals. He gutted out countless playoff games when his body clearly wasn't at 100%. That kind of commitment earned him a special place in the hearts of fans. But now, that farewell feels more complicated. The interview has sparked a new wave of questions about how the Warriors treat their vets, especially ones who aren't stars, but have been instrumental in their success. And Looney's not alone. There have been murmurs from other former players too, grumbling about how the system no longer makes them feel valued. Whether that's fair or not, it adds to a growing narrative that Golden State might be losing the locker room culture that once set them apart from other franchises. The family atmosphere, the loyalty, the buy-in from top to bottom, it all feels a little more fragile now. And this discontent couldn't be coming at a worse time. The Warriors are struggling in free agency. The roster is in limbo. They haven't landed a single marquee name, and the pool is drying up fast. They're waiting on the Jonathan Kuminga domino to fall, and until it does, they're handcuffed financially. That's because of how the new CBA rules work. If they use their $5.7 million taxpayer mid-level exception, they'll be hard-capped. That means if another team gives Kuminga a big offer sheet, they might not be able to match it unless they shed salary somewhere else. It's a dangerous game of chicken, and right now Golden State looks like they're playing it with a blindfold on, which brings us to the Al Horford saga. Because yes, this offseason somehow keeps finding new ways to get weirder. Horford, who is pushing 40, was reportedly set to sign with the Warriors last week. That deal never materialized, and now the twist? According to ESPN's Mark J. Spears, One of the biggest influences on Horford's decision might be his 10-year-old son, Ian. Yeah, you heard that right. Ian, who recently started traveling with Al on road trips, is apparently a huge Steph Curry fan. And the thought is that he might be nudging his dad to lace him up for at least one more season, this time in a Dubs jersey. It sounds crazy, but it's actually not that far-fetched. Horford has said that he's only returning if the situation is right. The Warriors, despite all their roster uncertainty, still offer a chance to contend. And let's be real, playing alongside Steph Curry, even at this stage of your career, is still a dream scenario for a lot of veterans. Add in the fact that his son would love it, and suddenly Golden State has a card to play that no other franchise can match. The Lakers, Bucks, and Hawks are reportedly also in the mix, but none of them have Steph. None of them have that unique gravitational pull. But again, it all hinges on the Kuminga situation. The Warriors already have over $170 million locked into just 9 players. They can't move until they figure out what's happening with their young forward, who is reportedly in deep talks with the front office during Summer League in Las Vegas. There's been progress but no resolution, so the rest of the offseason is on hold. And in the meantime, Dub Nation is left holding its breath, hoping something, anything, breaks the silence. The fan reaction to all this has been a mix of frustration, disbelief, and just flat-out comedy. One Reddit user summed it up perfectly. We're begging a 40-year-old undersized center to sign with us instead of retiring, and it's literally the only thing happening this offseason. That's where we are, a franchise that used to set the league on fire with blockbuster trades and bold signings is now just trying to stay relevant while the rest of the NBA reloads. To be fair, it's not entirely the Warriors' fault. The new CBA has changed the game, especially for teams with high payrolls, but still, when you're not even able to sign mid-tier veterans because of cap complications, and when the only real storyline is whether a kid can convince his dad to keep playing, you know the offseason's gone off the rails. And with Looney now voicing his discontent, the vibe around the organization feels more uncertain than it has in years. For now, all eyes remain on Summer League, on Las Vegas, where maybe, just maybe, the Kumingas and Horfords of the world will finally give us some clarity. But until then, Warriors fans are just trying to make sense of it all. Kevon Looney, the loyal soldier, is gone and not happy about it. The front office is paralyzed. The fan base is anxious. And the only thing we can do is wait. And that's the state of the Golden State Warriors right now. A dynasty trying to stretch its legs for one last run, caught between the past and the future, with the present stuck in limbo. The next move could shape the franchise for years to come. And somehow, we're waiting to see if a 10-year-old's favorite player ends up influencing one of the biggest decisions of the summer. You really can't make this stuff up. While all eyes are on the future of Jonathan Kuminga and the pending decisions from veterans like Al Horford, the deeper concern hanging over the Warriors is philosophical. The tension isn't just about who plays or who gets signed, it's about identity. For years, Golden State was the envy of the league, not just because they had talent, but because they had a clear culture. It was built on trust, sacrifice, unselfishness, and elite basketball IQ. Everyone from the stars to the role players knew their job, and they embraced it. Now that foundation feels shaky. Kevon Looney's comments might be the most public crack, but they're not the only one. When veterans like him start to question the direction of the team, it reveals more than just one man's disappointment. It reveals the subtle erosion of what once made this team special. And when you're in the position Golden State is in, aging, stars, dwindling cap flexibility, and pressure to remain relevant, it's the culture that should be the constant. But lately, even that's under scrutiny. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. A major buzz is stirring in the basketball world as Golden State Warriors reportedly make a sudden move to sign Renza Bando, sparking rumors of an explosive addition to their roster. While the official confirmation remains pending, insiders hint at a lightning-fast agreement between the Warriors and the promising forward from the East, potentially shaking up the dynamics of the team and the league. ABANDO, known for his versatility and dynamic play style, has been turning heads overseas. and in regional tournaments. His ability to impact both ends of the court with energy, shooting, and defensive hustle makes him a coveted asset for any squad looking to elevate their game. The Warriors, already loaded with talent and championship pedigree, seem eager to integrate a fresh spark who can provide immediate entertainment and effectiveness. Speculation suggests that Golden State's front office wasted no time in finalizing the deal, perhaps aiming to catch other franchises off guard in a highly competitive market. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing with anticipation, wondering how Abando's skill set will mesh with the Warriors' famed style of fast-paced, high-scoring basketball. The team's signature motion offense and emphasis on spacing could find a perfect complement in the young forward's shooting range and agility. Moreover, whispers from sources close to the team hint that the signing isn't just about filling a roster spot, but about injecting a new cultural and energetic vibe into the locker room. Abando's reputation as a hard-working and humble player may align perfectly with Golden State's team-first philosophy, possibly accelerating his adaptation to the NBA's demanding environment. Despite the excitement, questions remain about how quickly Abando can adjust to the intensity and physicality of the league. Transitioning from international circuits or lesser-known leagues to the NBA often comes with challenges, and the Warriors coaching staff will likely be tasked with nurturing his raw talent into NBA readiness. The rapid nature of this potential signing raises curiosity about whether the team has a long-term plan or is aiming for immediate impact. Perhaps as a surprise element for the upcoming season. As this story unfolds, fans are left eager to see official announcements and how the Warriors will unveil their newest recruit. If this rumor holds true, Golden State might have just secured a hidden gem whose arrival could spark a fresh wave of excitement and success. Stay tuned as this developing saga promises to bring both drama and thrilling basketball action. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs. Community, stay tuned for the next video.